Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub. It's Pub Sports Radio, Thursday, April 21st. Ian Cameron, Dutch Boy Fresh, TROT WAM, and Derl out of his car this Thursday on the show and back in the cozy confines there of home sweet home, ready to break down this Thursday NBA card, playoff card, 3 games. It was all East last night. It's all West tonight. 3 Western Conference series getting going tonight, game 3 for all of them. We'll start with Memphis and Minnesota. Boy, has this become an intriguing series after what the Timberwolves obviously did in game 1, taking that one, getting home court advantage and on their side. But can they keep it up here? It's game 3. Scene shifts to Minnesota, Grizzlies and Timberwolves. Right now we've got Memphis, 2-point road favorites in this game, 237 the total here pretty much across the board. I'm playing this whole series over, so I'll say that right now. I mean, I thought it was going to be a high-scoring series going in, and there's nothing really I've seen that really changes my mind right now between these two teams. It's definitely, I think, 2 teams that are offensively capable, 2 teams that are going to have advantages when it comes to that end of the basketball court. As far as the side goes, did Memphis finally find their way, find their footing, the way they played in game 2 against Minnesota? Because it looked like a completely different team in that game. We know they had all kinds of problems in game 1 when you look at how that transpired. Anthony Edwards couldn't be stopped in game 1. Karl Anthony Towns couldn't be stopped in game 1 by the Memphis Grizzlies. But in the 124-96 victory, you see what ended up happening. A much more quiet 15 points for Towns, only 20 points for Anthony Edwards. So it was a much better defensive clampdown by the Grizzlies in this game. Is this Memphis waking up, figuring it out? Now they've found the key. They've cracked the code, if you will. We're going to find out tonight here in this one. Minnesota is good at home. Their home record, you cannot knock it. 27-15 at home. They do play well in this building. I kind of think Minnesota first quarter is probably a good bet, but I don't know if I'd go further than that with them. I think the longer the game goes, Memphis could establish themselves as just the better team. I think we saw signs of that in game 2. Maybe it took, for Memphis, they have not exactly needed to play intense, urgent basketball for a very long time now. They've been locked into that 2 seed forever. And I think maybe in game 1, it took them a while to just ramp up to playoff intensity. Boy, they did in game 2, and it was a much different result. So the way I see it is I think in the first quarter, you can go with Minnesota because that's been the pattern. First quarters, by the way, in the NBA playoffs, the teams that have lost the previous game, do you know what the first quarter spread record is? It's like 6 in a row, ATS. It's been a very strong trend. The first quarter spread for the team that lost the previous game, which would be Minnesota here. So that's why I like the Timberwolves early, first quarter. I think I'm going to take Memphis money line full game, and I think I can go 2-0 doing that. I think Minnesota first quarter, but I think as the game goes on, the adrenaline of the crowd wears off. Minnesota does, flexes their muscles the way they did in game 2. I like the way obviously John Morant was terrific in game 2. We obviously got a great game from Jackson. Desmond Bane chipped in 16. I mean, you got everybody chipping in. Brandon Clark, Xavier Tillman off the bench, Zaire Williams. You even got a quiet game out of Dylan Brooks. I mean, it was just such a balanced effort from the Grizzlies. I like Minnesota first quarter. I will bet that. But I like Memphis to win the game, and I'll take the Grizzlies in the full game. Dutch, what about you here? Game 3, Memphis, Minnesota.
Yeah, man, real quick. Salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. Hey, be sure to hit that motherfucking like button like I'm hitting this plane. Bath time number 6. That'll get you right where you need to be. Yeah, man. I see you, Kenny Rogers, with the motherfucking $5 dono. Muchly appreciated. What do you say? Sushi, money, weed, and Pub Hub. Yeah, man, I could dig it. Everything but the sushi. I don't fuck with the sushi. I'll leave that for the females.
I'm with you there, Dutch. I can't stand that shit.
Yeah, that's that female food, bro. I don't do that shit. Hey, I know that's female food.
Raw fish? No, thank you.
I'll tell the lady, y'all want to go to sushi, the females do that shit. I'll go get me some motherfucking steak or chicken. That's for another story, though. No offense to anybody that likes sushi. Like my guy, Nets Betts. I knew he would take a piss of that motherfucker. He eats sushi probably 4 days a week. But yeah, man, this game is like, it's an exotic backwood. I'm not going to lie to you. It really is. Too many question marks for me on both sides. These Minnesota Timberwolves, like I said on Jimmy's show, they bipolar as a motherfucker, man. 32 assists, plus 11 in rebounds game 1. 16 assists, -8 in the rebounds, game 2. What cat are we gonna get? You touched on it, Bobano. The motherfucker had 29 and 13 plus 16. Went from to 15 and 11 -21. It was big cat to little kitty cat, So which one's gonna show up? You would expect Minnesota's crowd to get them kind of crunk. We've seen them against the Clippers. I believe they willed them through that game in the fourth quarter there against the Clippers when Big Towns didn't show the fuck up. Edwards and Russell handled it. Speaking of Russell, that motherfucker's been MIA game 1 and 2. He averaged 30 fucking points in the 4 meetings this year versus these cats and has not can't throw the ball in the ocean in game 1 and 2. I'll break down the numbers. They ain't fucking good. So if D'Angelo Russell can give him something, I believe Edwards is going to give you 20 to 25. And if the big cat shows up, there might be some value here at Minnesota, man. But it's hard to step in front of Memphis. But this is a tough game. I'm very excited to watch it, enjoy it, see some competitive basketball. But I will not have money on this game. How you feeling, Wham Bam?
Man, yeah, bro. I'm on this game. I'm taking the first quarter team total over for Memphis. I mean, they've been able to score number 1 in that regard, points in the game for the season. Number 2 is Minnesota. So I understand what Benbeno's saying with the first quarter. Like you said, just a good trend to go ahead and back. Like you always say as well, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I'm going to just say that's been Memphis in the first quarter all year long. So I'm going to go over 28.5. I think right now you're getting 29.5. So I endorsed the over there, but I got 28.5 -125. I think that's the best bet for me in this game. What else do I like in this game? I do like the Milton over points in this game as well. It hit last game. I think it could hit again today. As far as the Minnesota Timberwolves and props, bro, I don't really have any props. I think it's going to get spread around again. And I do think D'Lo balls out a little bit better. I mean, maybe he falls into the role player side. You expect him to be a star and come in there and show up every game. But, I mean, maybe he'd be a role player here and play a little bit better at the house. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's probably what it is for him. But as far as the game, team total over first quarter for Memphis, that's the official play for me.
All right,
yo,
Derl,
real quick, man. Those shots that he be taking, Russell, real quick, my bad, Daryl. The shots he be taking, they either get you in the game or they take you out of the game.
That's true.
So maybe he does need to just kind of play his role and stop trying to do a little too much. My fault, Daryl.
I agree with Wham on one thing. It's buy low on props tonight with Russell. You're definitely going to get in a bargain. You're probably going to get a better chance for him to have a better game at home. I mean, is he going to be 11 and 10 points like he was in the first 2 games? I mean, you look at the game 1 performance from him. What did he shoot? 2 of 11, 1 of 3, only 10 points. And then in the blowout loss, for him, 3 of 11, 2 of 7. Brutal, terrible. Shot the ball awful in this first 2 games of this series. But back home, you know what they say, a lot of the players step up. They know the rims in the home building, and you see them step up. So you're definitely going to get a bargain number on Russell props tonight. Might be a good buy low opportunity. Derl, what do you think here? Memphis, Minnesota.
Yeah, man, I like Memphis here. I'm not going to lie. I do like Memphis. What they did last game was play a fast full court game, right? Yep. And they beat Minnesota at their own game. Something that a lot of people isn't talking about is the adjustment Taylor Jenkins made by playing Steven Adams only 2.5 minutes that entire game as a starter.
I had that written down, I forgot. Yeah.
So what he did was he allowed Xavier Tillman, he allowed Zaire Williams to get open and play their game. But when you take Steven Adams off the court, you have a version of small ball that also allows Jaren Jackson to space the court, to space the floor. Right, my man's went 4 for 7 for 3. Right, you just can't stop that at all. 4 for 7 for 3 as a big man. You know what I'm saying? So now Finch has got to adjust to that adjustment. So you might see a better game out of Minnesota tonight, but I honestly believe still that Memphis is the side to be on. That's a great side to be on, in my opinion, because first off, if you're going to play that full court game with Memphis, you're going to lose. If you're going to space the floor with Memphis, you're going to lose if Taylor Jenkins goes back to that kind of small ball lineup. But one of the biggest adjustments he did make that worked in his favor, because Minnesota did not know what to do with that, was taking Steven Adams off the floor and letting Jaren Jackson space the floor. So I do like Memphis here. I think they get it done tonight. It's real scary to have these game 3s at home when the team comes back, but Memphis is just too good of a team, man. People are kind of questioning John, his health, having his knee get popped on, or having Cat kind of bump into him with that quad. It's more of an irritant than it is, say, an injury, if you will. You just know not to come in on those pick and rolls, and just kind of you got to go over them a little better. So in my opinion here, I think Memphis is the better squad here to play a fast full court game, and Minnesota still not get to the century mark says a lot. So I do like Memphis.
All right, Derl liking Memphis here as well. All right, we go to Dallas, Utah. Game 3 here as the scene shifts to Utah, Vivint Arena, Salt Lake City. Series tied at a game apiece. We've got Utah 8-point home favorites right now, 208.5 the total. And if you don't think Luka Doncic controls the point spread in this series, you're not paying attention. I mean, this has been crazy movement.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday or a couple days ago, reports were starting to funnel out that Luka looks like he might be able to give it a go tonight in game 3. And we saw the number go from Utah 7.5 down to 6, went all the way down to 6 just based on speculation Luka might be able to return tonight. And now we're hearing the reverse, that he's unlikely to play tonight, although I wouldn't say for sure that he's out yet because they tested him in shoot around today. They said he felt good. There was no pain, moving around on that injury that he's dealing with, the calf. So, it's not a set in stone that he's going to be out. It's just right now the latest report is he's unlikely to play, but it's not 100% yet. And now all of a sudden, since that news came out this morning, unlikely, they're pessimistic that he's going to play. Now the Utah money's come in. This went all the way up to 7, but blew through 7.5, and now we're seeing 8 with Utah in this game. So this movement's been all over the board here in this game. I don't care if Luka's not in. I'm not laying 8 points with the Utah Jazz. I'm not.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Did we lose Ian?
I think so. Y'all got me. Y'all got me still.
Yeah.
Ian's playing a mannequin game with us on PubHub.
Take over, Daryl. Take over,
Daryl. Yeah, take over.
I would honestly have to agree with that, right? Like, why are we looking at that? We just thinking that Utah is just going to come out throwing up shots because they are at home. We've been talking about this even in the regular season. These motherfuckers do not cover spreads. They might win the game, but they do not cover spreads, right? And this is another team in Dallas to where I feel that if Luka does play, no matter how low that number gets, I still like the under. I like the under. I think there's more problems than a little bit coming out of Utah's facility that it's chemistry. It's all chemistry there. And if you can allow Jalen Brunson to give you 41 fucking points, I'm sorry, man. I think this team is in trouble. So I don't have a plan on this game. You know me, Dutch. I don't give a fuck about this goddamn game. But if I got a side to lean on, I was leaning more towards if Luka played, I would still look at the under. I would look at the under on this game. As low as that number is, I would still look at the under if Luka played. But we don't know what's going on, so I'm over.
Right, too much back and forth, man. Yeah, man, it's crazy with the Luka shit. Wham Bam, what you feeling, my man?
Yeah, you know what? I think both of y'all know what y'all talking about there, because Luka might be in the lineup, like my guy Babana was saying. I think he was getting around to it. I mean, he looked it pretty good, and he said, I'm gonna play. He said I'm gonna play. It's different from actually hearing it from the people there. I think him saying it himself is more like, yo, y'all know who's in charge. I got the coach gone. You know what I'm saying? I got me a new coach. This is what we doing here. I'm playing today. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm playing today. Maybe Big Luka shot Don, you know what I'm saying? Like my guy Dash would say, he did that. You know what I'm saying? He shot called on this part. But neither here nor there. I still believe in the team without Luka. So that's the reason why I like Dallas. I'm not worried about this Utah spot. I'm not gonna lie. They couldn't get smacked here and cover the spread. It could be a double-digit win for the Utah Jazz. Don't get me wrong, especially being at the house. You don't normally deal with the same bullshit with your team when you're on a road when you're at the house. So I can see the chemistry start to fall a little bit easier because Rudy Gobert going straight to the house. You know what I'm saying? This guy's going straight home. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to deal with the guys at the at the damn breakfast in bed or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because they're on the road and shit. So they probably don't have to deal with the same chemistry issues. Now we've got Babano back. I'll finalize the play here, but I'm going to be on Dallas. Y'all kind of know. I'll let my guy Babano finish his thoughts there.
Oh yeah, I'm back. The internet conked out for a minute, but we're back. Yeah, I was just saying before the internet went out for a second there that I don't trust Utah. They made Jalen Brunson look like the second coming of MJ the other night.
Right.
Seriously, I mean, it was just dreadful. I mean, at some point, you might want to double team the guy for Christ's sake. I mean, at some point, get the ball out of his hands when he's going to put 40 on you. I mean, but that's what you expect from Utah. They are a flaky bunch. They've been erratic, flighty. All the same freaking words I've used all year about the Utah Jazz. I don't trust them here. They should have the motivation after losing the last game, and there's still Luka out. And I worry about Dallas scoring on the road here. I do.
Yeah.
Brunson, can he do that again? Can you get something out of Dinwiddie? Where else do you turn offensively? Kleba, is he going to give you 25 points again? Can DFS, Dorian Finney-Smith step up? I mean, and then the options get very slim. Powell's not going to give you much offensively, and then it really drops off after that. So I've got worries about Dallas on the road here. It's one thing for Brunson to go off and Kleba to have a nice game at home. Going on the road and doing it's different, but I still don't freaking trust Utah. It's Dallas or pass for me. I don't love Dallas here in this game without Luka, but I'd take the points in a split second before I'd lay anything with the Utah Jazz.
If Brunson gets the bag in, I swear to God, he better send a thank you card to Utah.
Yeah.
Right. If they paid Jalen Brunson in the offseason, bro, is specifically because of the body work he has had up to this point, but how he specifically played in this Utah series, especially if they win. He gonna get that damn bag. He need to send a care package right over there to Utah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if he gets this big monster contract because of people see 41 points in a big playoff game, Utah is going to be the team to thank. And it's not like Utah, you're right, has been a team that's put it all together. I want to bring up the home record because I know it's not been good from an ATS standpoint for a long time. I'm going to bring up the specifics here, the Jazz, with what we've seen. Yeah, long term as a favorite, 3-7-1 ATS, 3-9-1 ATS. Their last 13 games overall. There's some ugly numbers here for the Utah Jazz lately, laying points. So do I love Dallas tonight off a win and Utah off a loss? No, but I'd take Dallas still before I take Utah. All right, you spoke on this game. Derl, how about you? Did you talk about it yet?
Yeah, I spoke on that.
Let me just break it down real quick what I got going here. I like the Mavericks here, man, with or without Luka. I did think he would play, but just sit around and looking like he might not go, so we get a better number. But yeah, everybody touched on it, man. We don't really trust the motherfucking Utah Jazz. Jalen Brunson, he nice, but man, he that nice? You know what I mean? Cleveland was like, fucking goddamn, man, I couldn't believe that shit. So these boys just, they're a dysfunctional group. Let's just say that. My man Jimmy the Bag this morning touched on it. They ain't been the same since, Joe Ingles kind of left it. And he kind of might have been the little glue to keep these motherfuckers together or something. But either way, Utah ain't it, man. Pretty much y'all said everything, man. I just believe the Mavs, they have things to improve on too. If Luka's out there, obviously they'll improve on it, but they were minus 19 in the rebounds, in game 2 and still found a way to win. So Powell was MIA in game 2. So let's see if he can hit the boards a little bit more. As a team though, they gotta rebound better. In both games, man. Without Luka, the motherfucking Don, they had 3 turnovers in game 2. They only had 7 in game 1. 10 total turnovers in these 2 games. That kind of tells you, I mean, that's pretty impressive, obviously, from a Dallas perspective. But, I mean, what kind of pressure is Utah really putting on these boys? You know what I'm saying? Are they really playing playoff basketball? I'm not seeing that. And that's really what I noticed in game 2. Obviously, I was on the wrong side of that. But, yeah, man, Mavs have been in control. They're 6-1 ATS last 7 against these boys. They handle business. 13-3-1 versus the Western Conference against the number last 17. Follow the trends here. I believe Dallas is the better team with or without Luka. I realize that. So you got to take the motherfucking 8 points and go straight to the motherfucking window.
Yep, +8. Yep, and +8 with again the Utah. They're gonna have to show me win by margin, play with the purpose, and even Mitchell and Conley's had a really inauspicious.
He's MIA, bro. He's lost, bro.
What the hell?
He's been MIA since he's been on this team. This is a bad fit for him.
Because he don't ever have the ball in his hand, bro. Like he needs the ball in his hand.
That's what I'm saying. You think about the people that are affected by Donovan Mitchell right now. We're not really talking about him particularly, but everything kind of points at one specific thing. Like but at the same time though, bro, like the thing that made it over the edge is the Maxi Kleber. We didn't talk about that either. Like Maxi Kleber went the fuck off. Killed my prop with Reggie Bullock. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously he didn't get enough attempts, but he would have went over the total because it was only a fucking half point away. And I believe that it would happen again today at over 11.5 points for Reggie Bullock. But my thinking is that if you got Maxi Kleber out there, that position becomes a mismatch now if Rudy Gobert is off the floor. And then you get that guy to get those upper looks, because Rudy Gobert's mentality is to help defense, because these guys just can't defend no one. Like you said, they're going to have to send him an edible arrangement or something. Jalen Brunson getting paid because of this shit. Like, you got this guy over here. Now you got to deal with the 3-point guy. Oh boy, looking like Jordan. This is crazy. This is crazy. So I expect the Dallas to win as well. Like my guys were saying, man. The +8, I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna have to double dip on it, bro. I had the 7.5. I got the 7. I'm gonna have to hit the 8 too.
Yeah.
And I will say this about Gobert, though, not really to defend Mitchell, because we know Mitchell, does his own thing out there on the court. I believe he's more about his, but they did make an effort to get to Gobert in game 2. The motherfucker had 4 turnovers in within 6 minutes offensively in that first quarter. You can't do that as a big man, man. You throw it down there to him. This motherfucker turn it over once, twice. You ain't seen that shit again, bro. As a guard, so. Gobert got to be stronger with the ball, but I don't believe anything's going to change. So I'm all over these points with the Mavs, like my man Wham Bam. Hopefully they win outright and we ain't got no motherfucking sweater. I prefer a no turtleneck. I prefer a game like that. We just run right through the motherfucker.
Utah's talking about playing with pace, and Snyder's said that 3 times in his press conferences the last couple of days since the game 2 loss. We got to play faster, move the ball faster. So I'm tempted to go over the total at a low number here, 208. I know Dallas defense really good, but you got to think Utah's a little better offensively tonight back home. So I think it could squeak over that total. And again, 208 for an NBA total is low, compared to so many other games. So it's just something when I see a coach come out and say, we want to play fast. We got to move the ball quicker. We got to get shots before the half court defense sets up for Dallas. That definitely tells you that Utah's going to try the ball tonight. So I think that benefits the over in this game. All right, final game. I think this is a must for Denver tonight. They're down 2-0 to Golden State, taking on the Nuggets. We've got the Warriors, 2-point road favorites in the Mile High City. 223 the total at Ball Arena tonight. So this is much like Memphis, Minnesota to me. I think Denver's probably a good bet in the first quarter. We've talked about it. The team off a loss, and probably Utah even in the game against Dallas. The first quarter will probably be a good bet for them because the team off a loss in the last game in the first quarter of the next game has been money in the bank against the spread in the first quarter. So I think, with Minnesota, with Utah, and with Denver in the first quarter, those are all good looks. But I don't trust any of these damn teams to cover the number for the full game. And Denver is at the top of the list. I just think they're outmanned by Golden State. They have no answer for Jordan Poole, who's essentially become the third Splash brother, the third member of the band, if you will, with Curry and Thompson in this series, to the point where he's actually stealing some of their limelight and their thunder. Curry's still doing his thing. Thompson's making some shots, but Poole's just been incredible. He's actually been the star of the three so far in the first 2 games, and Denver's had no answer for him. You're seeing Joker the other night lose his shit, lose his mind, get pissed off, get angry, costing me a point prop the other night, which I'm still pissed off about. I'm telling him, calm down, you're going to get ejected. And sure enough, he did. And he doesn't go over the points prop because of that. That wasn't just all the referees not giving him a good whistle or favorable calls. Some of that anger was nobody's giving me any help on this basketball team right now. I don't know what I'm going to get from Monte Morris at the point guard spot. I don't know if I'm going to get a lick offensively out of Aaron Gordon. Probably not much. I don't know if I'm going to get something consistent, from Will Barton one game to the next. I mean, it's just consistent problems, and there's too much being asked of Nikola Jokic. Now, you could also say, hey, you're supposed to be some MVP candidate this year. You won the MVP award last year. You're supposed to carry your team to victory in these kind of situations. So that's kind of a bad look last night to the game 2, to be honest, with Jokic. You can't be thrown out of the game. You can't just show that kind of anger and that kind of frustration visibly. And he did that. And I don't know if there's a way back for Denver. And how valuable have we now realized that Jamal Murray is to this basketball team? It's just, that was basically the spouse, if you will, to Jokic. I mean, it's like a married couple. When the couple breaks up, things aren't the same again. And that's what we're seeing right now with Denver, with no Jokic and Murray together, especially at playoff time. When things get tougher, you're playing better teams. There's just it's an impossible player to replace. Jamal Murray, and we're seeing that right now with Denver here in these playoffs. So my thought in this game is Denver first quarter. I do like that because you're going to get their biggest punch in the first quarter, and these teams off a loss in the first quarter have been great bets. But after that, I think Golden State just does what they did game 2. They overcome maybe a slow start, and they're just better. They are. And Draymond Green's playing good enough defense on Joker. I thought he was very good defense. He got him off the spot, and just getting him off the spot a little bit makes Jokic short-arm the basketball around the rim, and we saw him do that multiple times in game 2. I mean, I got to give Green credit. He's played as good defense as you can possibly ask anybody to play on Nikola Jokic. And I think he's taking on the challenge of defending him and doing a reasonable job of it. So I think it's Denver early, and I think Golden State wins the game and sends this team on the verge of getting swept, to be quite honest, kind of like Philly last night against Toronto. Home court will work for a while. I don't know if it'll work for 48 minutes tonight for the Denver Nuggets. Dutch, what do you think here? Nuggets, Warriors.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy, JPZ, X-Nizzle. I see you, my dude. Yeah, I agree with everything you said, Bobano. I'm not mad at the. If you want to get cute, you could fuck with the Nuggets early. I could see that. I could see it first quarter, maybe first half, but I'm not doing that, man. I'm loading up on the motherfucking Warriors. Full game, better team. You know what we say. There's levels to this shit, and the Warriors are clearly on another level than the motherfucking Denver Nuggets. I know it's a must-win for the Nuggets. But I just don't believe they have the horses, man. They got as much as they could get out of the Joker. They've underachieved all season, and now we're expecting to show up when the Warriors are as healthy as they've been all year, rocked and loaded. Defensively, they just don't have it, man. I mean, Poole, you touched on Poole. I don't know if we call him the star, though, Bobano. I mean, Curry did have 34 fucking points in 10 less minutes than that motherfucker. So, but he nice, though, man. He's nice. He probably, I will say that, he's probably the second best player on the court. On the Warriors team, right now, he's probably better than Clay, right now. He's playing more confident than Clay, and that's simply because of injuries. But, Draymond's a big piece in this. They're running the show, man. They're healthy. Wiggins hasn't even had a good game yet. But, man, they just playing with these boys, really. I mean, they shooting 54% from the field, right under 54% from the field in these two in the first game 1 and 2, averaging 124 points per game. This Warriors motherfucking basketball, man. They've had a trouble turning the ball over this year, 29th in the league. They started off game 1 with 12 turnovers, which is lower than their average, obviously, and 33 assists. So that's pretty damn good. They only improved that on the turnovers in game 2, only getting 9 turnovers and still accumulated 27 assists. I just look for the Warriors basketball team to continue to do what they do. I mean, there's nothing that tells me that we've seen in recent history from Denver and at home what's going to change. I mean, the Nuggets have not been good. They're 0-4 ATS last 4 at the house as a home underdog. 0-5 ATS last 5 playoff games as a dog, and 0-4 ATS last 4 meetings versus these boys. So the Warriors have their way with them. I'm not overthinking this shit, man. I love this too. I really do. And the Nuggets improved each game. From game 1 they were -6 in the rebounds. Game 2 they went to +12 in the rebounds. Still got blown the fuck out. They shot 30% from the 3-point line in game 1, up that to 36. Still got ran out the motherfucking court. Went from 13 free throws to 21 free throws and made almost damn near every one of them. And we still know what the fuck happened. So I don't believe going home is going to change that shit. You still got the same bum-ass roster outside of Joker. You still got Monte Morris running the motherfucking point, which we talked about that. That ain't going to fly. So it's Warriors, man, -2. Don't overthink that shit. It's good money.
All right, Golden State. There it is, -2 for Dutch with this one. And I'm gonna not. I love the prop the other night. It's 28.5 again tonight. I'm coming back to it with Jokic, because look, don't even bother with Denver full game. Take the Jokic. As long as he doesn't get tossed again like he did the other night, he'll get 30 points. He's the only guy that you can count on right now for the Nuggets. And in a 2-0 spot like this, they have to win this game. He'll do everything he can. And if anything, he's going to be fresher and a little bit more rested after sitting out the last, fourth quarter, most of the fourth quarter the other night after getting tossed. So it's actually a good thing for his gas tank tonight. Derl, let's go to you next. Golden State, Denver.
Yeah, a couple points. So the books are definitely catching up to how things are going. That's why you have Denver as the favorite in the first quarter, first half, and the dog in the second half. What that's telling you is that there's going to be, regardless of the outcome of the first quarter and first half, there will be a third quarter blitz by the Golden State Warriors. That's just how it goes. That's the narrative that they have. They will just smack the shit out of you in the third quarter. whether they're down by a little or a lot. When that third quarter hits, that's when they will smack you. So what I do like, and this is something that I've stepped on, I do like the fact that they have rested Curry in the first. They have started Poole. One thing you won't do is speed up Joker. And the problem that he is having with Draymond Green, even guarding him, is people forget, even though Draymond is smaller than him, bro's sitting with a 7-foot wingspan, right? So he's able to play that defense on Joker, get disrupted when he needs to, and be damn good at it. So I do like, and I've already stepped on it, man, I do like the total under the first quarter. So the total of, it was at 58. It is now 57.5. I've stepped on that already. You're seeing that they average for the season, just in their average alone, it's about 57 points. What they've been doing in these last two games, well under average. And I think that's because you do have Curry that is not in that first quarter right off the bat. He is not starting. So I think you have more of a disciplined game, more moving the ball around. Now, maybe Jordan Poole just might feel himself a little more as each game goes by, but eventually Steph Curry is going to come back into that starting position, that starting role. But for now, looking at the pressers that they were given today, I don't think Curry starts today, right? I don't think he starts today. So I do like first quarter total points under 58. As you can see, it's going down. It's at 57.5. I will still step on it. They're averaging lower points now. You go home to elevation. You have Joker who's not going to speed up the game. It's just really people making their shots. I don't think they do it. I like Golden State all the way. I couldn't talk you off of that as well. Nuggets should get the first quarter and first half, but I do like Golden State full game. But the safer play, in my opinion, is that point total under 58.
Kind of looks like that Sixers-Raptors first quarter last night.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Under. Yep, and a 2-0 series for a home team down 2-0. Maybe looking to take the air out of the ball, slow it down a little bit, and maybe you see that with Denver here tonight. So I like it. Good theory. Good thought there with the first quarter under here, 58 with the Warriors and Nuggets in Game 3. All right, Wham, what do you like here?
Yeah, man, y'all MVP getting swept. Back-to-back MVP. Back-to-back MVP. About to get swept, bro. Monte Morris is the play, though, for me in this game. It's going to be Monte Morris over 11.5 points. What he was saying after the game, this shit was embarrassing. We got embarrassed. We going fighting through each other. I expect him to play up for this game. He's the only person that actually I can see with success in this game besides Jokic. So I'm going to go directly into him as far as being a role player that performs well at the house with his regular routines, averaging 16 points against them so far this year. He went over this total yet last game, didn't go over it the first game. I think he gets a little bit more lax. You think about what Jamal Murray brings to the team is just giving Jokic rest. They need somebody out there that's going to be able on the ball, get his boy, give him some time to, get his breathe right. He out here on pick and roll action every damn play. You feel me? Get a boy some time to live a little bit. So, I think he's going to be that person for him. I know we was thinking Franco Capazzo, but obviously he's not ready for playoff basketball. See that guy on the bench. I think Monte Morris is the guy today, over 11.5 points. It's the official play for me in this game. But I'm right back against going right here with Golden State. I think Golden State sweeps this team. In order to do a sweep, they have to win and cover this game. So I expect them to win and cover. I haven't bet that yet, but y'all know how I do. If I about to hit it late, I'm going to hit it late. And this is one of them games I'm thinking about hitting late.
If they could do a multiplayer on the same team prop bet in the same game, I would be so tempted to do Jokic and Morris for Denver over combined points, because those are the only two fuckers that can score consistently for Denver. Nobody else can. You're right. The next guy in line has to be Monte Morris after Joker offensively.
Will Barton can get off, bro. Will Barton can get off.
Yeah, he can, but it's more erratic out of him. That's the problem. He's capable, but again, another thing we don't always see.
Give me Willie's ass over motherfucking Monte any day.
Yeah, I know you're not a Monte guy.
I hope you cash that motherfucking ticket, Wham Bear. Do your thing, bro.
There you go. He wishes ill will. Basically, what he's saying, Dutch, is he wishes ill will on Monte Morris, not on your bet or you, Wham. So there you go.
Right.
Yeah,
it's my boy.
I don't wish no ill will.
I already know what it is. I already know
it
is.
I'm just telling you, Will Barton I'm taking that motherfucker over there, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's you're splitting hairs with those two, that's for sure. Great stuff, Dutch, Wham, and Derl. Awesome stuff. Great show. Hit the like button. Let's go. 263 live viewers. Hit that like button. Show some love. We appreciate it here. We're on 7 days a week now with the NBA Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio throughout the rest of the season and the playoffs. Best bets, Dutch's freshest look. It's coming up. Southtown 101, when you're in San Antonio, Texas, stop in. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke. Southtown 101, home of the great Pub Sports Radio studio there. Fun being there. Manscaped, promo code Pub Sports, 20% off. Lawnmower 4.0 or any Manscaped product with promo code Pub Sports. MyBookie.ag, NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs in a couple weeks, MLB, UFC, USFL, and more. Sign up for an account. Bitcoin accepted currency for your deposit. MyBookie.ag. Promo code Pub Sports. All right, best bets, Dutch's freshest look. To wrap it up here for a Thursday edition of the Pub Hub. Derl, start with you. What do you like for best bet?
I'm going to just go what I stepped on early, man. Give me Denver and the Warriors game under 58 first quarter total points. I like that.
There you go. Denver, Golden State, under 58 first quarter. Derl with his best bet. Wham, best bet.
Yeah, best bet for me, it's going to be pretty much simple and sweet. We're going to just go ahead and take Dallas, man. Dallas +8. It's only right, man. We about to get eat, man. Utah suck.
There you go. Utah sucks. Dallas +8. There's the analysis right there. A best bet for Wham. I can't argue with any of that. Dutch, freshest look.
Yeah, man. Freshest look, man. You know what we're looking at. We're looking at Golden State. Get that motherfucking W, and it's town business. Believe it. Later 2, that's good money.
Golden State -2 against Denver. There it is. Best bet for Dutch in this one. My best bet for this card, I'm going to rock with the Grizz. Full game. Money line, and I'm going to go money line with them. -130. Memphis Grizzlies against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think they're the better team. I think they woke up. They found matchups that work for them. They got Edwards and Cat contained relatively well in game 2. I know it's not easy. Minnesota does have a good home record. I expect early Minnesota will be strong, but I think over the course of 48 minutes, Memphis just does what they do. They grind because they're grind city, and they get a good road win tonight in Minnesota. So Memphis -130 against Minnesota for my best bet here on this Thursday NBA card. That'll wrap it up. Thanks to everyone for joining us. We appreciate it. Hit the like button on the way out.
Bono, we had a know something with the $5 dono.
Oh, we did. Yes.
Shout out.
Shout it out. Yeah, know something with the $5 dono.
I'll get a different tree. Know something. I'll go over to IKEA.
Yeah,
find a different tree.
Oh, he was hating on the tree.
That poor little tree. Leave it alone. Come on.
And I looked up. I'm like, oh, he's talking about.
Hey, this tree is real fake. All right, so it's gonna look that way every single time. So I'll make sure I get over to IKEA and get that shit. And then there was somebody that asked if Luka was playing. Do I still like the under? Yes, I do. I like it better if he plays.
Yeah, Luka slows the pace down. He walks that ball up the court. They don't play with any pace with Luka on the court. So I would not go. If I liked an under without him, I'd certainly like an under with him on the court, no doubt. Good stuff. Great show. Thanks to everyone for joining us. For Dutch, for Wham, for Derl. It's Ian Cameron. Have a great Thursday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. Cash some tickets, and we will be back with you tomorrow on Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, for another edition of the NBA Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man. You know where it's at, Pub Sports Radio. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the motherfucking video. Yo, salute to the real ones. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed. Let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.